Welcome back to my reviews, and this is a model kit that I started about a month and a half ago. Sitting around for quite a while. So I started picking away at it after work and days off, a little bit at a time. And it's a 25-pounder howitzer with limber and quad and the crew complement here. It's a kit by Airfix. Quite a recent kit, I guess. The 25-pounder is nicely detailed. Can be hooked up and towed by the quad. And the limber for carrying the ammunition. It's pretty basic. And the crew members. Pretty straightforward. I don't think these poses have been changed in quite a few years with Airfix. They include a gun layer, which would be seated there, but with the spade being glued in place, you can't be seated there, so it just becomes a loose figure. The gun doesn't have a lot of play in the elevation. I don't know if that's my fault, the way I assembled it or what. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It's a pretty well a static model anyway. The 25-pounder and the limber were pretty straightforward, but the quad here had quite a few gaps in the fit that I had to fill and sand before painting it up. I guess it didn't turn out too bad, though. You can't see the gaps. Well, one right along the top here. I just left it anyway. The decals were pretty good, easy to work with for a small kit. I believe this is a Morris vehicle. Quad. It's four-wheel drive. Even came with the driver figure, which you can just see in there, painted up. I painted the inside of the vehicle with a chromate green, but it's pretty hard to see that anything's been done in there. And there's the gun, which is pretty well done. This spade piece, which in real life they could raise the gun, take the wheels off the ground, and this would dig into the ground on recoil and hold it in place. And they could easily swing the gun around to another position. I guess the 25 pounder was developed in the 30s, and it was in action at Dunkirk in 1940. And it was used throughout World War II and after, in the Malayan conflict in Korea. Not just by Britain, but by other Commonwealth countries too, including Canada. Right up into the 70s, maybe longer. So it's got quite a history to it. The crew members weren't really well detailed. I mean, they were, well, good enough, but seems to me I've seen these around for years, different Airfix kits. There's obviously the officer with his swagger stick. A couple of gunners holding shells. All in all, I don't mind it. It's not a bad kit. I was glad to get it done. Been bugging me for a while to do it, so. There's the 3 pieces hooked up. The only other model I've got of this quad and gun is the Dinky Toy version, which was probably one of the most popular army toys that Dinky made. And I don't know if you watched my video earlier on in the year, I built the Airfix universal carrier and anti-tank gun. And that's them next to the quad and 25 pounder. It had its own set of gun crew. I followed directions on the box for the camouflage with the dark earth and the dark green, and dark green overall on the limber and the gun. So I'd say if you want to fiddle around with a small kit, this is probably a good one. Because it contains 3 pieces, it's probably a bargain. So it's just a short review on this Airfix model kit of the quad and the 25 pounder howitzer. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.